Isolation Nation, that is a Graham cracker. You're damn right about that. A lot of people say to me when they tune into the Social Distancing Social Club, which is the show you're watching, they say, Ben, how do you remember to eat your Graham crackers? And, well, I, like many people, just remember the childhood folklore song we all grew up with. Graham crackers, Graham. Graham crackers, Graham.
It's getting the reaction you wanted, Ben?
Basically.
That is the worst imitation of Catholicism I've ever heard.
How come when you open a box of graham crackers and then you eat one or two and then you close it, it's like they don't figure out the non-stale technology? This was a 2-day-old box and these taste horrible. Horrible. Why? Cereal doesn't have that problem. Give me resealable individual packages or a tighter top or less staleable crackers, damn it. I'm gonna have to give it to Henry now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very frustrating beginning for me personally, but you gotta move on. The show must go on, as they say in Catholicism, so please welcome the second leg of the four-legged tripod that makes up the SDSC quarantine, Steve Hofstetter.
Hello, everybody. I will not be doing any singing of hymns. It's good to be here. Ben, I cannot believe that you are wearing your own merch. That is so ridiculous.
I like that shirt. I just had a tie-dye. Part of Carmel's birthday was a tie-dye party, and so I never liked this white one that I'm sure Steve was unaware existed until now, so we tie-dyed it. Now it's got kind of an effect that I enjoy. And, I think tie-dye changes my essence a lot. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll take it off as the show progresses, but I feel pretty good right about now.
Well, it definitely made you pronounce it Graham. Anyway, if you want to support the show, you can do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you can super chat on the YouTube, throw in some stars on Facebook. Those are always good to do for creators. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the third leg of the four-legged tripod that makes up the quarantine, please welcome Mr. Chris Bowers.
Bow wow.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ben, little pro tip, if you don't want your snacks to go stale, just finish the bag or box whenever you open it. Very easy.
Strong
You
point.
store and snack for. Right?
Very strong point.
I've never owned a chip clip. That's all I'm saying.
Chip clips are good on the road, though, if you want to keep the curtains closed in the hotel.
Oh.
Because they never stay closed on their own.
And a dryer sheet is good on the road with a toilet paper empty cardboard in the middle, so you can blow marijuana smoke into a towel and nobody knows any different.
Now I get the graham crackers. Now okay.
I am not stoned. I am not stoned, and they're pronounced Graham crackers.
Tie-dye, mispronunciation, extolling the virtue of smoking in a hotel. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
You still don't understand the premise that I get verbally better when I'm stoned. It doesn't make me mispronounce things. It makes me pronounce.
Well, if that's the case, you are stone cold sober right now.
Well, Queen Rachel's here. Queen, how are you doing? Are you eating graham
Queen
crackers?
Rachel.
I've got
Queen
something
Rachel.
for you, Bow Wow.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Whoa, a tomato.
It's a cherry tomato.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
I got a whole slew of them.
Never heard of them.
She's got a slew of them.
So are they just small? Do they taste like cherries, but they look like tomatoes, or are they small tomatoes
Have you
that
ever
are
tasted a
cherry
tomato?
sized? I mean, I've had ketchup, but I don't know if I've ever.
How
had
about
it.
on a hamburger? You don't ever go tomatoes?
No.
Wait, so if you order a hamburger, you're like, just take everything off of it except the burger and the sauce?
And the cheese.
You don't even go lettuce on your burger?
No lettuce, no onions, no tomato, no vegetables, dude. I
What?
don't eat vegetables. How hard is this for you? I don't eat vegetables in any way.
What about chili?
Beans, meat, chili sauce. There's no vegetables in chili. What are you talking about?
Pepper.
No onion, no...
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Oh, why would you ruin chili with onions?
It's
Jesus
in
Christ.
there. You just don't know it.
I make it. You realize I don't eat stuff I don't make when there's chance there's vegetables in it.
Yeah.
I've
On
never-
top of that,
I've never eaten chili at a restaurant.
But
Also
it's
with-
called chilies.
Yeah, I eat chicken fingers there.
that's why it's called chili. That's why he wears his tuxedo jackets in there.
It's cold.
With a Bowers current hairstyle and jacket and those old school microphones in the background. He looks like he's a backup singer in Cherry Poppin' Daddy. Speaking of cherry tomatoes.
Zoot Suit Riot. Yeah, you don't know I wasn't that. Maybe I was that. That was my earlier.
Rachel, you
I
and
know
I are
Rachel.
the only ones not singing today. But I have a question for everybody.
Because
Because I had a thing happen. So yesterday I talked about how I brought Milton to the vet. The reason why is because he was sneezing a bunch, and I wasn't sure if it was like allergies or what it was. It was just something I hadn't seen before. So I was like, okay, let me bring him to the vet. And the vet said that he was probably fine and it was nothing to worry about. But if I was worried that there was something lodged in his nose, I should spit in his nose.
I'm sorry, what?
That is my reaction. That was my reaction. I just wanted to be like, did I mishear you? You want me to spit in my dog's face? And
was he my air conditioning guys?
and they insisted that this was a thing, and so then I Googled it, and it is not a thing. I would like to know if there is anyone here who has ever heard of that. There was something that came up about spitting in your dog's mouth to establish dominance, and I'm like, I just call him by his name is a thing, you know?
I mean, I think you take him and you can blow in there like to like clean out the pipes, but spitting.
I'm not gonna blow my dog, Bowers.
No, not blowing. Just blow into his nose so he can be unstuffed.
No, that's not the idea. That would blow the thing further up in it. The idea was that it would like lubricate it somehow, and I was like, could I just put water? And they're like, no, we found saliva. I was like, how? Who was the first to do this? Like, who was the person being like, my dog did sniff in a little plant, and I'm gonna spit at him? Like, who the fuck did this? And it was the dog into it. I want to know if this is a real.
Well, how did anybody find out anything? Is what I never understand. Like, how did anybody figure out fucking anything? What plants and what animals taste good or are poisonous or don't do good? How did anybody figure out mushrooms? Like psychedelic mushrooms that come from cow shit. I mean, how do people figure out anything?
Trial and error, and that's why I don't want to know why someone's spitting a dog's nose. That's why I'm terrified of it.
Yeah, I heard that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I am very curious in the chat if anybody knows if this is actually a thing or if I should write a review of my vet. Talk about how they're doing some weird sexual shit back there.
I mean, what's the name of the vet? Is it like some sort of bestiality vet place, or like is their logo a dog with a leather mask on with a zipper? I mean, what's kind of
now that I'm thinking about it, it actually wasn't a vet. It was just a guy in an alley.
Some dude you were walking Milton, and he's like, he sounds stuffed up. He was spitting his nose yet? You're like,
no, it was just a dude wearing a hat that said he was a vet. Probably meant veteran. My fault. Okay, you know what? My fault.
Might have been a guy that's a veteran of the Korean War.
Yeah, just the idea of like, were they back there and just be like, look, I'm just spitballing, and they're like, exactly, that's what we need to do.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Thought of it? Yeah, it's gross.
I gotta be honest. When I started the show with the Graham Cracker song, I thought things would get less weird from there. But oh no.
Look, we did discussion topics. I had a thing happen. I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. We did a fun overnight game, speaking of discussion topics. So it was best kid jokes. So they're just kid jokes. And boy, was there some fun ones. Jeremy Day, of course, is good at fucking dad jokes. I mean, I don't know what I was surprised, but they were all great. He said, what musical instrument is found in the bathroom? A tube of toothpaste. Then he had one about that were medieval. Who was the spiciest knight? Sriracha.
The kids love sriracha.
Fuck you, that's
one
hilarious.
Kids will definitely get.
You know who built King Arthur's Round Table?
Hey, hold on a second. Before you answer, let's give us a chance to guess the answer.
Okay, all right. Who built King Arthur's Round Table, Ben?
I don't fucking know. Why are you asking me?
Circumference.
I was gonna go with Lancelot. My fault.
What do you call a knight that is afraid to fight?
Fucking pussy.
Surrender. Surrender. And Gus Walsh had a couple goes. He said, what's a pirate's favorite letter? We all know the pirates love the sea.
I was gonna go with R.
I think that was the misdirect.
That's the misdirect. What is brown and sticky, Ben? What's brown and sticky?
Shit.
Mine's more green, but I get the point.
Vet gets done with it.
No, a stick.
This, by the way, hold on a second.
Ben lied loud. It is brown and sticky. It's a stick. It's really funny.
Bowers, you owned a comedy club. You owned multiple comedy clubs.
Yeah.
You have been a comedian for, a decade? Over a
12
decade?
years, yeah.
Over a decade. You can't get through kids' jokes without, losing your shit right now. This is amazing to me to watch.
I'm saying, when it comes to I'm impressed when there's a street joke I haven't heard. Because I've heard almost all of them as a comic. People come on the show, hey, you want to hear a joke? And they're all the ones I've heard before. So when I hear one I haven't heard before, it makes me laugh.
And also, you now understand why the clubs went under.
In my defense, Steve booked the clubs. I just fucking drank and made the comics have a good time.
In your defense also, you guys booked me, so I take this whole line of insult very much back.
And in Barris' defense, I did handle press for the clubs. That is true.
No, that's
So,
true. But you did a good job. Yeah, by the way, you did a good job for us. When I found out how bad you had failed as Steve's press secretary or as Ben's press secretary, I was confused because you were a great press secretary for us. We were always oversold. But finally,
Not in my shows. Not in my
true.
shows.
Bowers, yeah, that is not true. Ben's shows were not oversold.
Yeah, no.
they were sold just right.
They
All
were
right.
flat.
But finally, Tamhead, what do you call a fly with no wings? What do you call a fly with no wings, Ben?
A no fly zone.
I
A
would say
walk.
that's- God damn it! I was gonna get there.
Don't roll your eyes, Rachel. That is a hilarious joke.
Who just
I was a
changed
fan
their
of the
name
kids'
in the
shows.
Zoom to Boo? That's phenomenal.
Look, hey, they are what they are, man. They're for little kids. If you can make a little kid laugh, that's what they're for. They're little kid jokes. Don't be dicks. What's today's game?
All right, today's game is gonna be Pun a Business. The way this game came about is Bowers said a very, very funny one, and I was like, that's a great game. So Bowers, do you want to share that one?
So, like, if you owned a business where you went to people's houses, you knocked on the door till they woke up, and you made them work out, it'd be called Jehovah's Fitness.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Personal training at home. Or, if you wanted to make pastries while angry, it's the crepes of wrath. The point is,
Or if you were the best fuck place in the world, you'd be the fucking.
yeah.
Yes.
So, if you want to submit yours, you can by replying to any of the streams. Throw it in the comment on any of the streams. Whether it is Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you watch the show. But if you want yours to count toward the contest, throw it in with a tip of at least $5 to our Venmo or PayPal or Super Chat, and then we'll read those at the end and crown a winner.
Very cool. All right, before we get to the audience, we do have 2 new patrons in the Patreon. Today, we've got Kurt Sonnier at the Isolation Nation level. Thank you, Kurt. And Cassie Nolan at the Gamer level. So appreciate the 2 new Patreons.
Thank you guys so much.
So thanks so much.
Welcome, welcome.
We're excited you're here.
It's gonna be a wild fucking ride. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Ben, do you have anything to share with us?
Yep. I would love to at this point say hello to our VIP video front row. They make the show, and they make the show happen, especially at this point of the show. Otherwise, I'd have nothing to say. Please turn your cameras on and join us. We've got Tam Brown, who's supporting today for president. She's very vacillating in her support, but Palpatine Vader 2020. We've got Boo, Frank Notaro. It's useless to resist. That is true. That is very true. Palpatine Notaro. We've got Chris LaBelle, winner of the game with just saying a thing he said by accident. Sean Ehrlich, everybody. Ehrlich, pirate himself. We've got Leedy Art for My Heroes Corbin. I don't know if that was a chopstick or a watercolor, but she might be drawing live. There we go. We've got Zara Bending doing her best Daniel Muggleton impression. Look at this. On the phone for some reason. Is he on the phone a lot?
No, I'm sorry. Bye. My vets think I'm weird now. So I have asked 3. One of them hung up on me and said, "Fuck you, it's too early." The other two said, "No, there are enzymes in human saliva, but no, don't fucking do that." So there's your answer.
Well, that's
Thank
really
you.
weird because when I did it, Milton tipped me. So I don't know.
But I
We've got.
think in Australia the dog's noses go the opposite direction, so I'm not even sure that's good advice.
We've got August Gus Walsh. I'm just moving straight on if I can. We've got Dana Z. Bunster joining us. The Duck Abides. Love that. We've got Cassandra Campbell Winnett joining us. And we've got Dave Adler joining us again. Great stuff behind you, Dave. Brian O'Connor, ever-changing backdrops. What is that, the inside of a peacock? Who knows? And Matthew Gallagher's with us, everybody. Thank you all for being with us. Very excited to have
Brian's
you.
wearing the Mike Baldwin hat.
I love it.
But Mike Baldwin is not a guest on today's episode, so you
No.
are wearing a Pantera shirt to a Metallica concert. Anyway.
We do have two great comics. We've got Daniel Muggleton is here. Daniel, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you again.
Not too bad. Thank you so much. It's an honor to finally not be behind a paywall. You know, the pressure's off. It's really good. I've got to pay to see our show, but it's good to be here. Thank you for waking me up really, really, really early.
You are in Australia right now.
Correct. It is 8:16 a.m. So that Graham Cracker song sounded like a fucking nightmare dream. That was weird.
No, that's how it sounded for everybody, I think.
Yeah, that's harsh. It's 3:15 p.m. here and same. So. Also, by the way, I just realized Ben's schedule is Australia time.
That is true.
I should start doing shows for Australia time. That's a good point.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Thank you.
I also love how Daniel's real mustache looks just like Jen Kober's fake mustache, which I think is great.
Thank you. I was actually the model for fake mustaches worldwide. They were like, "We need you." It doesn't seem real, but it's thick. So come on in.
Yeah, he actually has it. It's a paid site. It's called OnlyDans.
Nice. We also have Christine Little is here. Christine, how you doing? Good to see you back.
Little.
Hi.
How are you?
Happy to be here again in my living room. None of you guys.
Well, we're happy you shut your closet doors. That's very impressive. Nice job.
Thank you.
That's
One
a
of Ben's
bedroom
pet
door.
peeves. Oh, that's a bedroom door? Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it easy.
I added it.
I remember you added that door. You're still very proud of having added that door. I'm proud of you.
There's two doors.
I know it. Yeah, two doors. They open in the middle, right?
It's a set. A door.
Incredible. It's really
I
incredible.
did it too. They look terrible.
I think what she should really have done is gone with two different types of doors to make it look like two rooms.
there you go.
Yeah. I would love that.
Or like an El Camino. I'm not sure you want your house to look like an El Camino, Steve.
Be like, oh, this door's rusted? This is weird.
Why is it blue? Rach, we got anything coming in before we get the rolling here?
Yeah, so we had Emily Judkins tip the show $5 and said, in a nutshell, crustacean-inspired Speedos.
That is a game entry.
This is going to be really confusing, guys. I'm going to fuck this up all day.
Well, here, Rachel.
That was a good one, too.
If there's one you don't understand, it's probably a game entry. Hold it for the end.
I don't watch the
During the
show.
game, then it's just a general. It's fine.
I thought it was general.
I just love how I had a great game idea yesterday. It led to a 3-week-long debate behind the scenes. Bowers suggests something weird. Steve's like, we're doing it. I love it.
Yeah, that's how the show works.
Got it.
Also, I love that Rachel was like, crustacean-inspired Speedo. This must just be a general.
Well,
Listen, I don't watch the show, and so
That
I
makes-
thought we were talking about crustaceans, and I just got mixed up.
by the way, I spent 4 hours last night watching highlight clips of the show, giving notes to an editor that's working on highlights of the show, and that's the first time I've seen the show. This show's pretty good. I don't mind it. The show's kind of funny, man.
In fairness, then, those are just the highlights of a 90-minute show.
Good point. Good point. Also, I just got a text from the editor saying, so far, nothing from today.
We did have Nikki Wonders tip the show and say she wants an update on Steve's secret room.
Oh, the studio that we're building. Yeah, it came out great. It's a lot of fun. I don't know how to update you other than that. It worked.
Way to sell it, Steve. Way to sell it.
So the studio that I record from has a fake door that is a bookcase, and it's fun to have a fake door for no one because I'm quarantined alone. It's really just for me. I know it's not a bookcase. I don't know who I'm tricking.
Well,
Milton is very confused, but that's mainly because I spit in his face. So
see, if you start smoking pot, you won't remember that's a bookcase. You'll be impressed every day.
I'll just be like, man, I must really like these Jay Leno books. That's crazy.
Also, Steve could have put like a hidden lever on this bookcase door to go into the room, but instead he has like a Joker Funko Pop there, and he could have had the Funko Pop be pushed or pulled to open the door. Instead, he just tells people, or he will in the future, people ever go there, hey, pick up the Joker, and then he just pushes the door open.
And that's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun. You just say, yeah, pick up the Joker, and then they do, and I go, just kidding, and I push the door open myself. That's way more fun.
You,
bait and switch.
I'm not sure if you can be able to get people to come over even after the quarantine, to be honest with you.
Well, couldn't before, so why now? You know? Why now when I have suddenly a secret bookcase that gives way to a place where I film things? Why would people come over there?
Yeah, no, I think it's smart as a Jewish man that you decided to have a bookcase that led to a hidden room. That's not at all reminiscent of anything weird.
It is, no, it's actually very safe. The military sword I was given is in between my bedroom and this room. So I come out of the bedroom, grab the sword, go into this room, and I'm just not safe at all. The door doesn't lock.
Right, and the sword is outside of your secret room, which is also the opposite of what you'd want to do.
Well, I grab it on the way in. I'm outside of my secret room also.
That's a good point. Take that one back.
Yeah. Rachel, do we have any contest entries coming in?
No, should I read the comics tips right now, or should I wait? I'll wait.
Yeah.
Can I just go back? What's a Funko Pop? Is that a thing?
I'll show you.
Oh man, I definitely don't want to see it. It's too early for whatever the fuck it is. Funko Pop? I'm
This
terrified.
is the Funko Pop right here.
Oh.
These
What?
are dolls that look nothing like the people. Boom. There.
Oh,
Is that a Daniel Muggleton Funko Pop?
Oh my god!
Shit.
Where's Daniel? Put him, spotlight him.
What the fuck?
Like looking in a mirror. Beautiful.
I think that was supposed to be a Freddie Mercury, and the artist just used it as an excuse to make a Daniel Muggleton.
This is my point. Funko Pops never look like what they're supposed to look like. I mean, that one looks like a cross between Freddie Mercury and Daniel Muggleton.
It just needs the curls, like.
Yeah.
At the top.
It's true, a bit unruly. It's not so good. I don't know. Apparently center parts are back in, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna ride this thing out.
Where'd you see that headline blazing the internet?
Oh man, just online on one of those websites that I've never seen before or since. But I was like, fuck, I should change my life as a result of what.
No, Ben, you don't go to centerpart.com?
I do, but it talks about how the country is splitting in two, is what I thought usually their content is.
It's actually centerpart.net. The more of the show.
Oh man.
Are we caught up, Rach? Because I'd like to hear from Daniel at this point.
Let's do it. I want to hear Daniel.
Let's do it. All right. You know him from Ask Us Anything with Steve Hofstetter every Saturday night at Nowhere Comedy Club. Get over the very funny Daniel Muggleton, everybody. Woo!
Oh yeah, sorry, I got really confronted there when he said we want to hear from Daniel, and I've been talking for like 10 minutes, cunt. Holy shit! To kick things off, I'm allowed to say that even before 9 a.m. because I'm Australian. Hello, coming to you from Sydney in Australia. It is 8:24 a.m. I know a lot of you guys are in the US. I think we're technically 13 hours ahead of you. So before I do anything, I just like to start my set off by saying, still no vaccine. Yeah, sorry about that. There's still no vaccine. I know you think Thursday morning, that's the one. That's when we're going to save everything. No. So sorry about that. But it's good to be here. It's nice to be up this early. I always like doing these Zoom gigs because it is a pleasure to talk about the coronavirus with people in other countries. I just want to give you an update because I feel like most of you being American, you guys don't know anything about the rest of the world because your country's the only one with enough news. You know what I mean? Like 24-hour news cycle, you guys have it covered. There's that much shit going on there that you're like, I actually don't have time to catch up on what's going on in Australia. Whereas here, I don't know if you know this, but basically our news at the moment is what people do on their weekend. That's the Australian news equivalent. Like a newsreader comes out, a person with a mustache like mine, because we're in the past. Are you following? They come out. They come out. We're in the past and the future. It's very confusing, counterclockwise. You know what I mean? All right. So they come out. They come out and they're just like, this weekend in Sydney, a man went to a pub. He stayed there for 45 minutes, then went to another pub. Then he went to the football. Then he went to another pub, got an Uber home. If you did anything that man did, please get tested for coronavirus immediately because he is fucked. right? That's the Australian news now. That's what we do every day because we have so few cases of coronavirus. We can track them down individually and give them airtime. There's actually more what some cunt did on the weekend news than news in Australia at the moment. It's bizarre. It's something else. And I just don't know when that happens. I don't know when, you know, how you used to go to work and there'll be small talk to start the day, like, hey, what'd you get up to over the weekend? Now that is broadcast on 4 networks and 3 different websites, right? I knew Australian TV was cutting money, but holy shit, that is a budget hole, and they have filled it. It's beautiful. Anyway, that's the thing. I like talking about the coronavirus stuff because it's so weird. It's such a weird time in the world, and I hope you guys are at the same level as me because I've just started making fun of people. Like, I've stopped. Empathy's over. You know what I mean? It's before 9 a.m. Fuck empathy. I will make fun of you to your goddamn face. In Australia, we have a city called Melbourne. That is our city that has been worst affected. And I love that because it is the smuggest city in Australia. I don't know what the American equivalent is. I assume wherever these guys live. I think that's the city in America. You know that one that everyone moves to and like we couldn't possibly live anywhere else. It's the most livable city in the world. And it's just special to find out that a disease agrees with them. You know what I mean? Like, coronavirus has agreed that Melbourne is Australia's most livable city, and fuck them. So, this is the thing. I think we have to be honest at the moment, right? Like, I think we're ready to start admitting that certain countries and their cultures contribute to the coronavirus breaking out there. You know what I mean? First, it's all random, it's crazy. No, culture. Coronavirus is attracted to culture. That is a significant factor. Think about it. Europe, fucked. Melbourne, fucked. Brisbane, fine. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely no coronavirus. And it's a very good joke for Australian audiences. For the rest of you, it's an inspiration to do more geography. There we go. But the thing is, we have to like admit that the coronavirus, like the behavior of countries contributes to it, right? Look at Sweden. Sweden went there. They were like, hey, we're going to let herd immunity happen. We're just going to all interact together. Where some of us are going to get coronavirus. They will die, but we'll put them back together with Allen keys. It'll be fine, right? To beat this thing. But what the Swedish forgot is that there are cold, distant people who don't interact with each other at all. So 3 months go by. They try to let herd immunity happen. No one gets it. Like 7 people get coronavirus and then nothing happens. Whereas Italy and Spain, they're doing a double kiss on a hello. That's too much contact. That's COVID 38. Bang, bang, right? It's their own fault. You know what I mean? And then America, I know you guys are having a hard time, and I figured out why. It's because of all the countries in the world, you have the most high fives per capita. Hey man, just got my COVID result. It's negative. Fuck yeah, dude. High five. Oh shit. Better get tested again. It's my time. I've been Daniel Muggleton.
Daniel Muggleton. One more time for Daniel Muggleton. Tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You could PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, you could super chat on the YouTube. Remember, everything for him gets translated into Australian dollars, so it counts way more. Also, Dan, I just want to make sure everybody knows this. Dan is a very close friend of mine. I do know this about his setup. That's actually a green screen. He's just so bland, he made it just a white wall.
It's actually not a white wall, technically. It's a real close-up of Steve's skin.
Dan, just a heads up. Sydney is 17 hours ahead of time. You live there. Learn things. Who has some tips for Dan?
How do I get tips off the back of that? Thank you. The Swedes, you're very welcome. Please be generously in your incredibly strong currency.
Also, I've been doing a lot of thinking here, Steve, about how you said that I'm on Australian time, but I still think even so, I wouldn't be up at 8 a.m. even in Australia.
No, that's my. Oh, all right.
What? Yeah, that was crazy.
My
I'm sorry,
point was that you wake up at 3 p.m. for us and you're tired. Just like if you woke up at 8 a.m., you'd be tired. And Rachel, what do we have coming in?
All right.
I don't think anybody's coming to your house, Steve.
This is a green screen. I'm actually in Ben's house.
Savannah Martin tipped Dan even before a set at $7 and said, Dan, you've tweeted about Tom Cruise 7 times.
Is that true?
By the way, Dan, I have not researched it, but Savannah said it, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize I had to delete some tweets, but here we are. I kind of have the Scientologists after me. They're very powerful. They're very positive people.
I don't think they're after you. If you tweet 2 more times about Tom Cruise, you get a free entry-level membership into Scientology.
Hey, I like the Scientology. First religion with a Patreon. That's nice.
Well, your background's already clear, so I think you're almost there.
All right. We also had Alster $5 and said, Trump hasn't built his wall because he keeps getting distracted. Oh, that's a game entry. Damn it! I don't like today.
Rachel, just
everybody.
If it is $5 or divisible by $5, just give it a read before you say it. That is
Okay. So this one's definitely a game entry from Gus Wall. She says, I love you, Daniel. $5.
Yeah, that was great. That was ice cold on Steve. I reckon a little.
He brought his sound effects. Damn it.
Just when it's important.
We also had Versace 86, $5. Dan's friend. So what did you do this weekend? Dan, turn on your TV for once.
By the way, just really curious. How do you spell that person's name?
Oh, I'm so curious too.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so it's Verusaki.
Okay, I was really hoping that said Versace.
Me too.
Me too. I thought for sure it was Versace.
Every one of us was like, was there a C? Was there a C?
I'm a female. You think I don't know Versace?
Well, we thought you'd know Hermone, but whatever.
I wish we could have made fun of you for Versace for the next year, because that sounds so good.
All right, we also... There was Donald Mellon, $5 for Daniel, great set. Natalie Renee, $10 because being from the future is impressive.
Thank you very much.
Also, Zara just shot down Bowers' theory in the chat and said, oh, she does know Hermone Bowers.
Glad somebody's got my back on this fucking show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody's got you on your
my
back.
back.
There's a reason the blanket's on the wall.
How do we know you're not lying down? How do we know you're not lying down the whole time?
Maybe that's a rug. Maybe that's a rug.
I gave you that one. All right. There's also Matthew Plummer, $5. He said, I don't envy your internet connection speeds, and I know it seems impossible, but I do envy your leadership.
No.
Well, I just wanted to make a little statement. You know, I don't like to get political in my comedies, you guys have probably noticed. However, I'm just going to say the exchange rate between the US and Australia has gotten a little bit weaker. So if you guys could maybe do something come December to fix that, I could be up about $500. So just please sort that out for me. I've just been hoarding US dollars, waiting for that economy to bounce back.
I know you guys are ahead of us, but it's November.
Oh, sorry. We're on the old Russian calendar. Don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a different vibe.
And the old Russian president.
Yeah. And in Daniel's defense, by the time the Supreme Court battle over the election results is finished, it'll be late December, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's still Megan Begley, $5 for Daniel from a devoted Flaminho. Great set, cunt.
That's how you know the real fans, when they call you a cunt at the end of a compliment. That's
We also had Zara Bending, 17 bucks, and said, Dan, here's $1 for each of our new coronavirus cases announced by Gladys in the last 24 hours.
No.
Say
Rachel,
it,
have a
Rachel,
run at
say
have
it.
a run at her last name, please. If you just do that for me, that'd be excellent.
Skipped it on
with that one.
purpose.
Come on, I saw you read it and skip it, so you got to give it a good go. This is the New South Wales Premier. Fucking good luck. Here we go.
Barrett Hickkillen. No,
That was good.
It wasn't
pronounced-
bad. It wasn't far.
Rachel. It's pronounced Smith.
It's Versace.
Yeah.
Also, with $17, one for each new COVID case, I think a headline certainly could be spun. Australian comedian accepts bounty on COVID cases.
Also, if you guys want to tip us for how many new COVID cases are in America, that would be cool
great.
too.
Yes, indeed. If you give us 1 penny per new COVID case, we all retire instantly.
There's also Tam, $5. Daniel, appreciate the sacrifice of the early start.
Thank you. These are the people that get me. They're just like, fuck, he's in trouble here. He's doing his best. I think the coffee on screen during the set is probably the giveaway. You know what I mean? We're just coming out of a mug being like, let me tell you some dirty fucking jokes. Like, you know, that's the good stuff.
My favorite thing about Dan, and this is true when we were touring, when we would have to like wake up early for a flight or a train, just knowing that Dan went to law school. Like your original profession was to be a lawyer, and
Correct.
you can't even wake up before 10 without crying.
Yeah, I mean that was actually an issue for the whole getting into the legal profession thing. They were like, I don't know if this is for you, and I was like, agreed.
Yeah, you're just like,
I'm
do
wearing
you
a
hold
suit,
court before 2 p.m.? You do? You know what? I'm gonna try comedy.
I feel you on that very much, Daniel. I didn't decide to run for office until I knew that Trump started this new norm where you can have executive time and not show up for the real office till about 12:15. I'm like, that I can do. That I can do.
A realistic expectation. I was gonna say, like, if I was a lawyer, maybe I could specialize in night court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was gonna be in
Okay.
the PM cases. That's what I'm taking.
I was going to go to law school initially, but turns out when you graduate from Ball State University with a 2.6, they don't let you go to law school. So I had to figure something else out.
Oh my God, I would have loved so much Bowers as a lawyer. Could you imagine Bowers doing his closing argument, defending someone's life in a murder case, and then the jury's deliberating, and they're like, "Look, I know there was that key piece of evidence, but did he say taco or Tacoma? I'm not sure what word." Did he? Was it evidence or was he sneezing? I'm not positive.
And they're like, also, and what was he talking about? How he was ashamed about his dad? And
Oh
Yeah,
God!
like every case, I end up guilty because I just confess to the whole thing, and my client gets off. 'Cause I just confess to it on the stand somehow.
you're representing someone. You're representing someone who's had too many speeding tickets, and you're like, look, we all have speeding tickets. Well, I mean, I have a ton of unpaid speeding tickets. The judge is like, now.
And not to mention, I mean, talking about speed, I'm high on speed right now. To be honest with you, I love a good methamphetamine. Am I wrong?
And your next witness, Robert Blarg.
I'm walking on stage. You're going on the sound. Kato Kalin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stand Paul Blart Mall Cop.
See, that's the best, Ben, when you can kind of hear what I'm saying. Like that thing, like Steve the Bubble Blarg is funny, but it's like Paul Blart. Like that's fucking so good. Because somewhere in there's the word. You can kind of hear the word somewhere in there. You just have to focus. I get it.
That is true. That is exactly true. The only thing I just heard there was the word focus.
I also like the idea that he would have introduced Paul Varghese yesterday as Paul Blart Male Cop. So that Male Cop. That's even better.
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this before. Do you guys know that Paul Blart Mall Cop is a shot-for-shot remake of Die Hard?
What?
Watch Die Hard and then watch Paul Blart Mall Cop. It's exactly the same movie, just as Paul Blart is John McClane. I'm not kidding. It's amazing. Once you know that, Paul Blart is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't believe that you're kidding. I believe you believe it. I don't believe that's possible.
I'll send you the comparison. I saw it online when I watched the movie.
It's actually true.
He kisses the poster every time he goes through. He slides under the thing. He gets in the air vent. It's all the same shit. It's just with a fat mall cop instead of John McClane. It's awesome.
It's actually true, and Weekend at Bernie's is shot for shot Sound of Music. Like, I don't know if you ever watched the two back to back. It's the same movie.
That's
You can disagree with me. You cannot believe me, but I'm telling you, look it up, guys. I'm not making this is not one of my Bowers bullshit things.
No. I actually.
Have you ever seen Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Why
No.
can't you say Paul Blart Mall Cop? I don't get it. I thought it was Ben doing an impression of you, but then like when you said it, I'm like, fuck, that's exactly how Ben said it. That was Paul Blart Mall Cop, like that.
No, I'm yes-anding Ben. This is part of a team. We're doing a thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just genuinely
Dawn
thought
Ehrlich
you
in the-
couldn't get it out, which is weird
Dawn
for someone who has such a strong opinion on the movie.
The chat just said Bernie's alive with the Sound of Music. I'm just.
All right, let's finish up some of these tips. So Peter Amsel tipped 5 Canadian for Daniel.
Ah, fuck. That's like minus $5. That's no good.
But then back into Australian, it's like +8. You're fine.
I know. Yeah, fuck. I've got to remember the bloody exchange rates. It's very tricky. Arbitrage, etc. All right. Yeah.
Matthew Gallagher, my twin, is in the live audience today. He tipped Daniel $10 and said for Australian Teddy Roosevelt.
Nice.
Speak softly, carry a big dick. Am I right?
Speak softly and carry a brown stick. We went over that earlier.
Oh my god.
Randy Longmire tipped $8.16 and said it would be more if the show was on later than 8:16 a.m.
Well, for us, it's on 3:43 right now, so we're glad it was 8.
That's fair. Leedy Corbin, $5. Dan, can we please get the sexy back jingle?
Absolutely not. That is not happening. That is not going on YouTube forever. Fuck no. That needs to be subtly played. I'll send it to you privately if you message me, but there's no way. There's no way it's happening on this show.
Yeah, we'll get
Absolutely not.
demonetized.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, sure. Dana Z-Buster tipped $10 and said, Daniel, thanks for the news from Australia. Do you have the equivalent of Fox News, or is the lack thereof further proof of Australian superiority?
Well, that's really sweet of you. We do have the equivalent of Fox News. It's called Fox News. You guys are in charge of the world, so we just get everything you get. That's how that works. But yeah, as someone said, Sky News in Australia is quite similar, which I didn't realize. I thought it was just news. Then I started watching and I was like, these guys seem pissed at refugees. I think this must be Fox News. So yeah, I think Sky News is the equivalent we have.
Okay. Josh Proddy, £5. I second Leedy's request for sexy back.
Maybe we can do it at the end or something. I'm terrified of playing that to this many people.
Okay. What is Ben's background right now?
What is happening?
It's Northern Lights. It was a minute.
Ben?
I didn't realize I was on camera, guys.
Oh. All right. Cassandra tipped $5 and said for Dan, great set.
Wait, was Ben just watching old home movies?
We also had Colleen, $10 from my Muggleteenies to Daniel.
Thank you so much.
Matthew Plummer, $2 more and said, Daniel, I'm sorry I forgot to say cunt.
That's okay. Everyone's been there. Everyone's missed it. Have we lost Ben? Ben's actually gone fishing for real now.
Oh, he'll come back with something.
He always does. Megan Begley tipped $5 more and said, for Dan, it's pronounced flamingo. So, but I got you.
I don't think that was, I think that was actually for you, Rachel, not me.
Ooh, Zara Bending, $92 and said, Dan, here's for another 2 cases from Queensland and 90 from Victoria. Love from all of us from Laws 1000 Foundations of Law.
That's awesome.
That's
cool.
very nice. Thank you. Do I have to give that to like is there COVID charity or is that just a government? I'm not quite sure what the relationship is. Is there a COVID charity? Can you like just give to a nurse? Just like call up a random nurse, like, hey, I'm giving you $92, and she's like, how did you get this number? I'm not really
I mean,
sure.
I would get a haircut before you tried to do like any donations or stuff, but like
Oh.
after that maybe.
No, actually, that's what Dan's doing. He's growing it out for charity. It's a locks of love thing.
Oh, gotcha.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to help.
I mean, coming at the hair, coming at the mustache. This is a very mean show. I thought the social distancing was like a physical thing rather than like a way that you talk to other people. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of maintain a distance.
Now in America, we're all 6 feet emotionally distant.
Yeah, this show's maybe way more mean than I used to be, Daniel. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pick on you twice.
I love that. That's how I know you're the nice one. Just immediately apologizing, even though it was very unnecessary. You're like, fuck, I love you, dude. Honestly, I'll pay a speeding fine for you. Just let me know. Just let me know where I can do it.
Okay, we're caught up. We can get to Christina if you want.
And I can just, I'd just like to say this is what I was trying to do, and it's not worth, the payoff is not worth it, and it was fucking up all my virtual backgrounds, but.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt.
How did you get a fishing video when you typed in Teddy Roosevelt? How'd that happen?
Listen, it's a long story, dude, but I've got some weird search engine histories on my computer.
Pimple Bowers. He typed in Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy bears came up. He clicked on Teddy bears. Bears eat fish. He clicked on that. Suddenly he's got a fishing video. That's how the internet works.
That's correct. That's 100% what happened. Yep.
Wow.
Wasn't Teddy Roosevelt a big outdoorsman? I thought that was the thing about him. He would have loved to fish. So I can see the connection, man. That's my knowledge of American politics. The whole lot. That's all of it in one sentence.
Thank you so much. And Daniel, have you ever done fireside chats?
I've never done. What is that? Is that a thing?
That's the thing that Teddy Roosevelt would do to address the nation by fire.
Well, that was FDR, I think.
That was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Different Roosevelt. And I think you know that, and that was a solid joke. So good job.
Hey, you ever do fireside chats? That's the thing they do at the Roosevelt Hotel.
You ever do fireside chats with your Teddy Ruxpin doll?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we had a comment in the chat from Razor that said, "Why does Daniel's hair have a handlebar mustache?"
That's the most hipster thing I've ever seen.
That's actually what happens. That's what happens when you comb your hair with avocado toast.
Good hipster reference. Well done. Look, I mean, this is honestly the worst I've felt about myself before 9 a.m. and it's because I'm usually asleep. That's usually a quick way to say. This is how I'm starting my day. I have to live another 18 hours with this energy. You know what I mean?
Are we caught up, Rich?
This is the worst you felt about yourself at 9 a.m. since you stayed up till 9 a.m.
No. If I make it to 9 a.m., I'm feeling pretty fucking good. But by 10:30 a.m., I feel terrible.
If you get to 9, you're having a good time. You're like, I'm the fucking king of the goddamn world. I never have to sleep again. And then about 10:15, you're like,
You're like, I'm the king of the world. Never have to sleep again. There's so much cocaine in this jacket.
Is that Bauer's jacket?
Not anymore. There isn't.
All right, past tense. My fault. All right, let's do another set.
Let's do another comic. Coming up next, she's also a returning champion. You've heard her on Comedy Central. Give her Christine Little, everybody. Woo!
Yay for me. Thank you. Thank you. I hope someone calls me a cunt later. Really exciting. Can I just say that this is like the worst pandemic I have ever been in? It's also the best. So there's that. Yeah, unlike a lot of Americans, I do take wearing my mask very, very seriously because I'm an essential worker, which essentially means I don't want to get COVID. So yeah. I have been online dating in the time of COVID because I'm a risk taker. And so like all of the dates now are like outside socially distanced dates, but it's like hot as fuck outside. And one guy actually asked me, he's like, do you want to go for a walk and then get coffee? I'm like, why didn't you just ask me to go to hell? Okay. And he was nice. No, actually, I lied. I've also, some guys aren't really like honest on their profiles. Like I've been kid fished more than once. Yeah, like when a guy says he doesn't mention he has kids until you're like engaged or whatever. Yeah, but I'm keeping, I did meet a guy who doesn't have a girlfriend recently. He is married, but they're going to have a baby soon. So he's going to want to get out of the house more. So. Yeah, I'm keeping my options open though. Like, so I'm going to be doing a lot of parallel parking this weekend. So that's really I literally tell you to come hither while you're in your car. So try it, please. I don't know if I'm good at being a girlfriend. Like I found out some of my girlfriends get their guys to pay their phone bills for them. Like, how does that even come up? Like, how do you do that? I'm asking. Like, I really don't. Like, don't get me wrong. I've gotten some nice stuff. I've gotten some coffee and a nice walk. But like, after what date? Like, after what date do you email the guy your phone bill? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what do you say? Like, hey, it was really great talking to you last night. You'd like to continue this conversation? Please attach bill from Sprint. My mom likes to give me dating advice. She said I should dress sexier because men are visual creatures. And I thought that was interesting. They get called visual creatures because women, we don't have anything like that. Like, if anything, though, I think we should be called auditory creatures because we can hear shit you didn't even say. Like, I look good today. Okay, I didn't look good yesterday. Loud and clear. But I told her, like, I don't want to dress too sexy because I don't want to resent guys for being attracted to me and not know who I am as a person. And I'm lazy. So what was I going to tell you? Oh, I'm recently sober. So thank you. And I'm sober from pills, birth control. You know. Got too addicted to that feeling of not being pregnant. And my doctor's office even like called and told me that I should get off the pill. They're like, at your age, nobody's gonna want to fuck you. You're over 30. So, especially in LA. So that was nice. Despite like ageism here, though, I really do love living in LA. Although I live in a part of it that's not known for being very nice. Are you guys familiar with Beverly Hills? Okay, I don't live there. I live in the valley. But I live in a part of the valley that's not known for being very nice. It's like, if you don't know about the valley, I live in a part that looks like if the free section of Craigslist just formed a city. Like, but it's cool. It's got its own scene here. It is a crime scene, but it's mine. That's it for me. I'm gonna stop talking.
Christine Little, everybody.
Christine Little. By the way, Christine, if you want an alternative to birth control, you can just have someone spit in your nose. Apparently, that's a catch-all. Tip jar.
That's not been her experience, Steve.
Always take, and then hit your nose, pee on your stomach. Don't want to do that again.
Tip jar is open. Let's go back to that. Tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is a Venmo. You can super chat on YouTube. Of course, you can PayPal at sdscshow.com.
Christine, I liked your joke about your date. A guy, he is married, but he's about to have a kid, so he's going to be out soon. When I was getting divorced the second time, we went to marriage counseling, just whatever. And I was in the little waiting room, and there was a really attractive woman across from me. I'm like, oh, that girl's pretty. My gosh, she's got an engagement ring, or she has a wedding ring on. I'm like, well, but she is in counseling, so fuck, maybe we got to. So I just gave her a card. I said, if this doesn't work out, give me a call. She didn't call, but.
Classy.
I thought you were gonna say, and that's how I had my next marriage.
No, that's not.
Office to office. By the way, Christine, is it
Cardboard.
like
Huh?
is it oh, someone stopped my video. Thanks. Is it I am curious because the way you were describing the dates, it sounds like this is like the best time for like a cheap fuckboy. Like just someone who's just like, "Hey, you want to go on a really fancy date? We'll walk and then maybe get a $4 cup of coffee."
Yeah, that's how I knew that my last relationship was over because the dates were getting cheaper and cheaper. And like one of his last dates was, let's go on a walk. And then he was like, next date, it's going to be better. I promise. I'm going to take you out for a nice nap. Yeah.
Yeah, that second wife worked for a company that was like a startup, and I could tell how well the company was doing by how bad the Christmas party got every year. It's like the first year was like catered and like had waiters and like bathroom attendants, and by the fourth year it was just a keg in the corner and a 6-foot party sub, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably about to go out of business.
Exactly. It's like symbolic of your marriage, you know?
Yeah.
Did you know, by the way, that Christmas party was shot for shot recreated from the Die Hard Christmas?
Dude, I'm gonna send you this video and you're gonna fucking lose your mind, and you're gonna tomorrow on Friday you're gonna apologize to me. I promise you.
No, I think it's awesome. I would bet it's true. I would put money on that it's true.
I would put money on that there's sequences that are shot for shot, but not the whole movie. That's my thought.
Okay.
Well, Bowers, how many times have you been married?
Just the twice.
Oh.
2.5.
But like, don't make it seem like you're still in that second one. That second one ended also.
Yeah, I've been divorced twice. I've been with Chrissy. It'll be 10 years in November, but she doesn't want to get married because, doesn't work
She
apparently.
knows. Oh.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't think third time's the charm.
Because she's met you.
I did hear that women are more attracted to guys that are married. So
That is true.
That's my problem.
problem?
And Bowers, do you ever think that maybe you weren't giving marriage counseling your all when you were handing your card out to other women in the waiting room?
It crossed my mind. Yeah, you're right.
Also,
You're not
Bowers, have you ever picked anyone up by handing them your card?
wrong. Yeah, lots of times.
Also,
Now, when I owned Morty's, that's how I picked up Chrissy, honestly. When I owned Morty's, I would put 4 free tickets on the back of my business card. I would just give out business cards all the time, and people would come to the shows, and then sometimes we would hang out.
Bowers, why do you have business cards? That's another question I'd love to know the answer to.
Well, I don't anymore. I don't have business cards now. I
Having
had business
cards
cards when I had a business. I had business cards.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
I
Bowers
feel
has
that.
a business card
I
now.
can't tell if you're making fun of me or Muggleton right now, Ben.
Actually, both of us. Let's just split the difference.
Bowers has a business card now. It just says, during the pandemic, everything's going great. Best I've ever been. You just-
If you would like to get married, please call this number.
yeah.
No, I put that on park benches.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Alright,
Bowers would be a great small town real estate agent. You'd be the best at that.
That might be the meanest thing anyone's ever said to anyone.
What are you talking about? It'd make bank. Come on, it'd be great.
Pretty good job. I'm watching Selling Sunset. Those are some big commissions right there.
Oh, I love the show.
Yeah, heavily scripted conversations. I love it.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh, it's so fake and pointless and boring, and the plots go nowhere.
Thanks for bringing it up.
I'm watching it. My girlfriend's making me watch it. It's not pleasant for me at all.
By the way, Bowers, I love how you're like, yeah, the commissions are huge on Selling Sunset. You do great in a small town.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm not sure in Richmond, Indiana, they're quite as big as they are on Sunset. But
You don't think
Rachel,
you can get that sweet commission on a meth lab? Come on.
no, the key is you want to get points on the back end of the meth lab sale. You want to get points on the back end.
But anyway, Rachel, we'll get to you in a minute. We're still making fun of Bowers. I'm kidding. Rachel, you want to catch us up?
I do. So we had, let's see, coming in for Christine. Matthew Plummer tipped $5 and said, Christine preemptively calling you a cunt.
Oh, Sweet.
We had Technics 5 Canadian said, Christine, if you want to continue this conversation, please keep my phone connected by paying the attached bill. Great set. Matthew Gallagher tipped you $10 and said, do you want to go to hell? Zara Bending, $5 and said, hilarious set, Christine. You're rocking mauve today.
Oh, thank you so much. This is a new shirt. No one ever even said anything about it. So.
It's great.
It's too late. It's too late.
I would also like to point out that Christine never said anything about any of our shirts.
Yep.
I did not.
True.
So.
But I thought about your shirts at length.
Okay, I get maybe Christine's just not a tie-dye person. Is that what it is? Does the tie-dye offend you? I get it.
We
no
did
problem.
get a lot of YouTube comments, Ben. People wanted to know where they could.
That better, Christine Little?
You are so stupid. God damn it, that's hilarious.
What do the YouTube comments say, Rachel?
I don't liked your sweater. They want to know where they could buy it.
No, you can't buy it. It's not available. The campaign's over. You can get the mugs at sdscshow.com. This is hand tie-dyed, you know what I mean?
Ben, here's my question. Did you have an alarm that went off to remind you to take the sweatshirt off, or did you just knew at some point you were going to do that during the show?
I was just waiting for the right moment.
Well, you timed it perfectly.
Thank you.
He was waiting for someone to bring up the tie-dye. Nobody did, so he created the moment himself.
Christine mentioned shirts. That's pretty fucking close, Rachel. Pretty fucking close.
No,
Sometimes you go with the moment. It's not like your openings are planned. You run around your apartment the second the show begins. Am I wrong?
Based on what you guys do first.
So I imagine Ben sent Zara a private chat that said, "Can you mention Christine's shirt, please?"
Or not even. He did it much slicker. He was like, hey, Christine's shirt is really nice, don't you think? And Zara's like, I guess? Yeah, sure, it's nice. You should tell her it's nice. I mean, yeah, she knows. No. It's a big thing with her. Tell her shirt is nice.
I thought you can't read private chat logs. Can the host read private chat logs? Wild.
Anyway, Zara.
All right. We had Razor tip Christine $5 to go towards your airfare to Seattle fund. How you doing?
Oh.
Yeah, that's how you get a girl. $5. Here's $5 to come to Seattle to see me. Wow, you're suave.
Still better than a walk.
That's true.
That's true.
Although that's how she's going to have to get to Seattle with $5.
Right?
Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. Christine, Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes.
Colin tipped $5 and said, for Christine, at least it's better than a walk.
Nice.
I would take $5 over a walk. That's valid. Thanks.
Tam tipped $5 and said, Christine, the it has a scene, it's a crime scene, absolutely killed me.
Aw, hi. Thank you. If you really want to get killed, come to my neighborhood.
I thought you were going to say your comedy shows, but okay, fair enough.
We also had a few generals, so we had Alistair tipped the show $5, and it was a tip for Razor on his burn from earlier.
Nice.
Razor burn.
Nicholas Romaine tipped the show. Thank you.
Lettuce burn.
Matthew Sorensen tipped the show $20, so thank you, Matthew.
Sore family business burn.
Oh my God. We had a couple.
Burn right there. Come on.
We had a couple late tips for Daniel come in. Tam $5. Daniel, just for the I can't fucking believe I got up early for this shit expression.
Thank you. Just so you know, I am willing to wake up before 9 a.m. for $5 on a regular basis. Just let me know.
And then Ashley D, $10 tip for Dan Muggleton at work, so I couldn't watch your set, but I'm sure it was worth more than I've got. Off to feed some flamingos now.
Thank you.
Nice.
Just for anybody confused, I want to have sex with flamingos. That's the joke. In case you're like, I missed the first season. I don't understand what's going on in the show. I want to fuck flamingos. That's it.
Oh my god.
And look, if they didn't want you to, they'd be called Flaming Stops. Am I right?
Wow.
This pandemic's been weird for me too. Just so you know.
A couple more. Courtney Smith had tipped Dan 20 Aussie and said from Brisbane, where there's nothing going on here.
Correct. No coronavirus, no culture, nothing. Brisbane, 2020.
I also fucking hate Brisbane. The Venmo's in the upper right of the screen.
I've been to Brisbane.
What's that, Christine?
I said I've been to Brisbane on a train. Well, give me my
Really?
A train from where?
Seriously?
from Gold Coast.
Really? I don't know anyone who's ever done that. That's sick. I didn't know there was a train. That's like when
It was
Steve
a
was
long
here.
time ago. It was like 2000.
1820s.
What were you doing in Brisbane? Why'd you
I
go?
went to school. I went to Bond Uni, studied abroad.
Oh,
Yeah. and-
Oh.
on exchange.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's sick. Yeah, because like when everyone was like calling you a cunt, I felt a bit bad for that. But if you've lived here for a bit, like you get it. Like it's not a big deal. Yeah. Well, look, little just for you. There you go.
How long have you been waiting to do that? That's great.
Oh man, I got heaps of them. Don't even. I got more sound effects than Ben has tie-dye things. Like there's a lot.
I love how the Australians at first, when Christine said that, before they realized she lived there, were very defensive and almost accusatory, like she's making some shit up. You're like, I don't even think there is a fucking train. How would you know that? Oh, you live there? All right, cunt, great, wonderful.
Yeah, Ben, that's how to be Australian.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I've never been there.
Obviously.
Come take the train.
I would love to take a train. I'd love to do that, like all the Australians do.
All right, let's finish up so we can do the game. So
Sounds good.
we also had Courtney Smith tip $5 for Christine and said, have some walking around money.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to do the game.
All right.
I'm going to read. So the game today is, I can't
Pun
remember.
of business.
Pun of business, that's right.
Pun of business.
So I'm going to read the unpaid entries that I really liked. So here are a couple of the unpaid ones. Josh Proddy had Comedy Reproduce. It's a dating site that matches couples based on their comedic interests.
I like that.
I don't know if I finished that, but oh, okay. I chose it, so I'm going to read it. Randy Longmire. The Quarantine Buys a Waxing Salon. The No Hair Comedy Club.
Yes.
And then Hendrick had We Build the Wall is a limited liability company due to the limited ability of the owners on how they misappropriate the donations.
But good.
Okay,
Heavy.
so now we will start comics. We're going to vote from here on, so try and remember your favorite one. We'll start with our live audience. Let's go to Zara.
Hey. Okay, so I have a few. I've got the chicken shop that chooses you rather than you choosing it. Nug Life.
Nice.
When you want chicken pad see ew that goes down real easy and is to die for, Titanic. Your favorite childhood fish and chip shop, Frying Nemo. 3 more. Okay. Chinese food always delivered by some bloke in a Bon Jovi shirt. Wok and roll. That laugh. To your local council, unkempt frontage is considered especially heinous. Lawn and order. Dun dun.
There we go. Got it. Sorry, a
And
bit
just-
slow on that one. We can double down.
Especially
Yeah.
heinous.
There you go.
Love you, mate. And this last one's for Lady. A law firm for dogs, by dogs, Muggleton and Hofstetter, attorneys at. Aw.
I also would have accepted attorneys at Paw. Nicely done.
Yes.
Oh,
That
Yeah,
was
every
gonna hurt.
time.
No, wait.
Yep.
You
I
click
make
this
the same face when I take mine off every day.
All right, Brian O'Connor.
I don't really get this game, so oh well. Our pack and suck guarantee, the UPS horse.
I think you get the game fine.
Have it your way. You're asking.
All
We
right.
stand by our fuck your shit guarantee, the United Pimp Service. That's it.
All right.
Tam Brown.
Just for you, Daniel.
Can't get away from it. Yeah.
Fapple. They make devices to watch porn on. Gold Ball Sachs investment groups. Got to have balls to commit the crimes they did. Boning Aerospace. Fucking the world over with their airplanes. There's a theme. Comcast Cable. How you stream the porn to your Fapple device. And just for Daniel, this is a construction company here in Texas, Cunt Brothers Construction.
Dave Adler.
All right, so I have about fucking great Vietnamese restaurant, and Blue Oyster Cultivation Mushroom Farm, then Check Please Czechoslovakian restaurant. And one that I would really love to see, because there's actually two dentists with these two last names locally, and I would love to see them actually get together. And you have Comfort and Pain Dental.
Let's go to Chris. We can't hear you, LaBelle. You're muted.
There you go.
I've got from earlier Bowers door-to-door manure salesman. Bowers bullshit. I have if Daniel worked for the cartel, he would be Daniel Smuggleton. And last, I have an Aerosmith themed Chinese restaurant called Walk This Way.
I like that one a lot.
Lady.
So I have fast food in hospitals, sick Donald's. What do you call it when you go to a massive furniture store and catch corona? IKEA. A service that makes shoes out of your loved one's ashes, soles, insoles. And a service where you can pay Aussies to cuddle with you. Daniel Snuggleton. That's it for me.
Love it.
Let's go to Matthew Gallagher.
I just have one. You go and get ice cream and they kill your husband. Carol Baskin Robbins.
I love it.
Nice. Gus Walsh.
Gus?
Gus.
Hey,
Yeah, brother.
I've got an app where people will post videos of crime, and it's called Face Crook. Ben and I are going to start a dispensary in the back of a bank and call it City Dank. And my favorite one, Bowers and I are going to start a hot dog stand in the back of a yoga studio, and it's going to be called Downward Facing Hot Dog.
Put the hot dog upside down in the bun.
I love that Gus not only has his business ideas, but also his C-suite executives lined up. He's got his business partners.
Hey, real quick, and I think Christina has a heart out at 4:15, so we're gonna get her out of here. So Christine, can you give us your plugs? Where can we find you at on the internet and the stuff?
On Twitter and Instagram at the XTeenLittle, the XTINE Little, and this new app called Stereo app. I'm just Christine Little on it. So come and find me.
Very cool. Well, we'll see you
Thank
next time.
you,
Thanks for being here.
Christine.
Appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thanks, Christine. By the
Good
way,
seeing you.
by the way, Bowers and Gus, you're crazy if you think I'm gonna rent you my yoga studio for that business.
Yeah, we might. Is anybody else in the live audience got one?
Sean or Frankie, you guys? Nope. Okay, so these are the rest of the entries. So we've got, let's see, Jeremy Day, a bakery named Bread Zeppelin with their signature breads, whole lot of loafin', rockin' R. Jeremy Day, from a Dungeons and Dragon campaign. The blacksmith is next door to a gambling tavern. The first is named He Who Smelt It. The second is He Who Dealt It.
Oh, God.
Donald Mellon. When an airline changes its business model to stop being a national disgrace, it's Spare Canada. Emily Judkins. In a nutshell, crustacean-inspired Speedos.
Yeah.
First time I've heard that. That's a good one. That really popped.
You sure that wasn't a general?
That was actually a tip for me.
Alterhead. Trump hasn't built his wall because he keeps getting distracted at Walmart.
I think that one
a general?
was a general.
No. He buys his walls at Walmart, but he keeps buying other dumb shit. I like it.
I think all of our games from now on will just be say 6 words of anything.
Don't you have a great game for tomorrow? It's going to be say one word, but only 4 letters.
There's no show tomorrow.
Alter had, when Apple comes out with a dollar menu, it becomes McDonald's.
Nice.
Wow.
And then Emily Judkins' last one, One Night Stands, a furniture store.
Nice,
All
with a bar
right.
in the back. Okay. All right. I liked a lot of those. I really liked Walk This Way. I liked He Who Smelt It, He Who Dealt It. I really like Souls in Souls, but I think I'm going to go with In a Nutshell. I think In a Nutshell, the Crustacean Speedo. I like that. Daniel, what was your favorite one?
I had similar faves to you, but I think I got to give it to Souls in Souls. I just enjoyed that because it's such a bizarre concept, and as a hipster, I'm like, yeah, I'd buy my dad as a shoe. I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't wear it as much as he'd like me to, but I would wear it. Like Christmas, Easter, that's about it.
Rach, what was your favorite?
I liked Souls in Souls. I liked the One Night Stands. I feel bad that Matt had Carol Baskin Robbins and didn't know that was an inside joke with all of us, but I'm going to give it to Walk This Way.
All right.
Smith.
Ben,
Shout out.
I'm going to give it to the entry So Nice It Played Great Twice, crustacean theme, In a Nutshell.
All right. And as for me, I really liked City Dank. I liked Titanic. I liked Walk This Way. But I'm also going In a Nutshell. That one, I liked it even better the second time.
When it made sense.
Yes. To claim your prize, go to sdscshow.com. Shoot us an email.
Very cool. Daniel, do you have any?
Do I have any of my own creation?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
You don't have to. No
No.
problem.
The answer is no. The funniest possible answer on a panel show. Do you have any jokes, Chris? No. with the show.
Dan, I hate to tell you, but you just forfeited your tips. You had to enter one.
Damn it. I was just listening to them really intently, and then I was like, oh shit, they're probably gonna ask me one, and then you did, and this happened now. This is where I'm at. I'm upset as well. But I have fun on principle, so I think I'm actually upholding one of my core policies as a comedian. No fucking puns. Never. Ever.
So that was a very long way for Dan to say no.
Rachel, you got any?
No.
I just have two that I've actually seen. There was a faux place in Florida called Vietnam's, which I thought was very good. And then the worst one I ever saw, I saw an actual hair place in a little tiny town in Illinois that was hair, like spelled like hair on your head, -O-WIN. So heroin was a haircutting place. I don't know who it was for or who would go there, but that was a haircutting place. Ben, Steve,
yeah, that was business in the front, party in the back.
I also just wanted to quickly comment on what Daniel said about no puns ever. I used to feel the same way until a global pandemic hit and we all put aside our personal opinions about what lines we have in comedy so we can entertain the globe in as open and honest ways we can. I appreciate you still have your standards, so congrats.
By the way, Ben, don't give Dan too much shit. He's actually wearing a tie-dye t-shirt under the tracksuit.
I'm actually wearing a tracksuit under the tracksuit, and then another one. Very hot. It's very hot in this whole thing. But I hear the coronavirus can be cured with a goddamn slice of lime. Am I right? Sorry, that was pandemic and a pun, and it was awful. So I demonstrated all my points at once.
Love that. And you also said that having the tracksuit under the tracksuit is very hot, which could be H-A-W-T, and I really think that was a pun as well. Well done. 2 puns in one. Love that.
This has been a rough morning. This is why I should have booked before 9:30.
You got a couple?
I have just one that's very bad.
All right, I've got a couple, so you do yours.
Great. Mine is just a faux place that also works on sore joints, muscles, and bones. It's called faux knee.
All right, I've got a couple. I've got a place for one size fits all clothing. That's everybody shirts. I have a veterinarian that only deals with worst case scenarios. Murphy's Paw. I have a place where you can buy roses and also read the news. The Flower of Love. No love on Huey Lewis in the news. Okay. I have lawyers for people arrested for drugs. Drop it like it's pot. If you're very devout about dairy, you go to a place called Little Baby Cheeses, where they specialize in Gouda. And then I had one more. Oh, a restaurant that specializes in serving panda, and it's called Chicken Express.
That was
Very
pretty
cool.
good. I'll give you that one.
All right,
thanks.
we did it. Daniel, where do we find you in the world? Oh, wait, no, I want to go to Leedy first. Sorry, Leedy. I want to see some pictures. Sorry.
Let's see Leedy's artist renderings of today's episode.
So first I have the hot dog place, the hot dog yoga collision.
Nice.
I have a full tie-dye look, including hair, Gleib 2020 tie-dye mug, which I think you should consider. Here was Dan and Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big dick. Good advice. There's Steve and poor Milton.
What does he say?
You were saying, sorry, I gotta spit in your face, and he just looks shocked. He just looks like he needs a new home. Your Honor, I did it. I'm guilty. And then here's the Graham Cracker Choir and Steve 2 seconds from heckling. And last but not least, Danception.
Wow.
Within a mustache within a mustache.
It's actually going to be like my final evolution to protect myself from predators in the wild. They're going to come for the top eyes and be left on the bottom eyes.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
And my
Great
closet
job.
is open for you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Leedy. All right.
Last
sorry.
one was some MC Escher shit right there. We get a couple more of those on top. It's like turtles all the way up and down.
So, Daniel, where do we find you at, buddy?
Just on the social medias at Dan Muggleton, but I'm also doing a headline show at Nowhere Comedy Club on Friday, your time, 6 p.m., which is 11 a.m. Saturday, Australia time. So if you want to see me talk about the coronavirus for even longer, I refuse to talk about anything else. Come check that out. That would be chill. And obviously, Steve and I do Ask Us Anything. A few friendly faces were here today, but that's moved to Monday nights, which is new, which is Tuesday mornings for me, which is a fucking reach, but I'll see how I go. But yeah, check that out. Ask Us Everything. It's been rebranded to Ask Us Everything.
And it'll be at 11 a.m. his time, so he'll only need a couple of coffees.
That's true. And I'll be less hungover, which is very exciting for me. Sundays, dangerous, but that's okay.
Very cool. We'll see you next time, buddy. Appreciate it. You
Thanks
can
for
find me,
having
as always, at Bowers Comedy. Check out Dockheads. We didn't have an episode this week, but we'll have one next week. Check out Dockheads, my podcast with Todd McComas. Ben.
This Saturday night at 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, whenever it possibly is in Australia, I'm doing Gleib off the top, crowd work and improvised madness at Nowhere Comedy Club. Tickets at the website. Come and join us. I have also a special guest performing as an opener on the show. The voice of Tina from Bob's Burgers, Dan Mintz, will be opening. And perhaps another surprise guest, so it should be fun.
Very cool. Steve.
Yeah, check me out co-hosting Ask Us Everything every Monday night with Dan. He's also going to be one of the guests on my birthday show, which will be September 11th. Also, this is a fake beard. Should I pull it off during the show? I'm wearing this the whole time. So.
Do you have another beard under it that's just slightly smaller?
I do.
All right. Well, we did it, guys. Another episode in the books. Audience, thank you so much for being here. We love you guys. As always, you guys are great. We will see you on Friday. Rachel, anything to catch us up with before we get out of here?
Yeah, we do. So we had, let's see, there was a general that come in from Zara, 10 Aussie, and said, I love Ben talking about not having lines in comedy when he hates poop jokes, but has made a couple of queef jokes. I guess with Ben, the line is quite literally the taint. Love you.
Yeah, Ben actually has a motto. He says, it tain't funny.
Wait, when did I make any sort of joke like what you're saying?
What are you talking about?
You made queef jokes in
Queef
your
Tuesdays? Remember Queef Tuesdays is the whole thing you've been talking about? You've been pitching for years. We're like, no, we don't want to do it. It's gross. And you're like, it'll be fun.
Yeah, and then you pitched that new the Kevin James reboot, The King of Queefs. Like you've just been doing this which is a
I never said any such thing. You guys are fucking gaslighting me right now. I'm aware of gaslighting. I've lived under Trump's America for 3.5 years. I know when gaslighting happens.
They call you Ben Queef. You don't know that? I thought it was part of common knowledge.
Fuck you guys.
Is that it, Rach? We caught up? Or we got more?
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. We'll see you Friday, baby.
See you Friday.
All right. So, yeah, I'm excited to have another show of the books. Thanks so much. You guys are fun. We will see you Friday. I'll be back in LA.
Absolutely. Same. And if you want a social distancing social club shirt like this, you can get one at our store. It's on the website, sdscshow.com, with a bunch of other new stuff as well. I know a bunch of people bought the masks, which is awesome. So thanks for doing that. And by the way, Ben, you'll be happy to know that you have sold more mugs than I have.
Thank God I won one thing with regard to the 2020 presidential race. I have just beaten my press secretary in mug sales.
So if anybody wants to buy 2 of my mugs, you can change that.
I was going to say, I was guessing it's going to be 2-1. All right, Rachel.
What are you doing, Rachel?
It's
Real
4-3.
quick. Christopher Hazlitt tipped the show $5 and said, I can't watch today. but I really enjoy the SDAC. Be well.
Maybe
Steve, what do you mean?
You can't watch because he keeps going to the wrong website.
Social distance.
What do you mean it's 4 to 3? Are you counting Orange Monster and Gleib 2020 mugs?
Good night, everybody.
That's what I thought.
5 to 3.
5 to 3.
Wait, do I get to count the raspberry mug as mine?
I'll allow it.
All right, we're tied.
That doesn't make any fucking sense even. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Then the shirt you just are wearing now that I came up with counts for my campaign. What are we fucking talking about? Kanye 2020. Anyway, I did notice one good thing about the Graham Crackers box, you guys, is that it does at least come with 3 individually pre-wrapped packages in the box. So even if you don't finish an entire sleeve, you can just crack open a new sleeve, and my God, does it make it so much. Oh no! Better of an experience.
What's in the sleeve?
Tiny hand? Tiny hand.
Yes. Autograph cracker. Yeah. No.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Put it back in the box.